Human relational capacity is a biological property, and like any biological property, it operates under a strict physical limit. The brain simply does not possess the resources to maintain endless connections. Despite this neurobiological reality, conventional software treats relationships as infinite, equivalent to rays. Your contact list is designed to expand without friction, regardless of your actual capacity to manage it. Circle architecture is a structural intervention designed to address this. It hard-codes these biological limits directly into the software's database. The foundational unit is a private, sovereign digital container. Each container holds exactly 9 relationship slots, no more and no less. This container is strictly closed. To ensure the limit is respected, the user interface prevents you from adding a 10th member to a full circle. Forcing a strict boundary around a digital space transforms its function. It converts a thoughtless list of contacts into a deliberate emotional map. To map your entire social world, these individual 9-slot containers stack together into a larger hierarchy. This map shows how the architecture begins. The system starts by providing exactly 3 inner rings to hold your most intimate, core contacts. From that center, the system scales outward. It allows a maximum of 16 tiered rings to account for your broader social network. The math creates a hard software ceiling. 16 circles multiplied by 9 slots each equals exactly 144 available relationship slots. This limit of 144 is not arbitrary. It was specifically designed to map onto the cognitive limit proposed by evolutionary psychologist Robin Dunbar. Dunbar's research suggests that human beings have the neurological bandwidth to maintain only about 150 stable relationships at any given time. By capping the software at 144 slots, the system structurally prevents you from exceeding your own cognitive and emotional bandwidth. Within these 144 slots, the system prioritizes individual sovereignty. This security architecture ensures your map is private by default and visible only to you. You maintain total control over your personal world. The software removes standard social mechanics. There is no public feed, no broadcast mechanism, and no follower count to perform for. Even when 2 users are mutual connections, they each maintain separate, unlinked cognitive maps. Your placement of a friend in a specific circle does not affect their map. A contact is never notified of their position in your hierarchy. Your internal categorization of your relationships remains strictly internal. All journal entries and AI processing occur via ephemeral edge functions, secured by AES 256 encryption. This ensures your emotional data is never used for training models or monetization. Honest reflection requires an unobserved environment. It cannot happen if the user feels watched or measured by a social graph. The architecture is designed to scale progressively, mirroring the slow development of real-world social networks. This map illustrates progression. The free tier limits you to 3 core circles, 27 slots, using Gemini. The companion tier expands to 8 circles, 72 slots, introducing Claude Sonnet. The deep end reaches 16 circles, using Claude Opus for deep pattern analyses. These tiers are more than just subscription levels. They function as intentional cognitive constraints. The goal is to ensure you expand your digital architecture only when your biological relational capacity has actually grown to support it. This growth is deliberately untrackable. By avoiding progress bars and percentage meters, the system prevents the overjustification effect, a psychological trap where external rewards, like leveling up, actually destroy your internal motivation to do the emotional work. Pacing network expansion this strictly protects your core relationships from being diluted by premature growth. What happens when one of those 9-slot containers becomes full? Because the system rejects silent expansion, it employs a mitosis protocol. A full circle is forced to structurally divide into 2 separate, distinct circles. This makes reorganization a deliberate act. Moving or removing a contact is a conscious choice, not a side effect of an infinite scroll. The activity heat map within your ledger provides a mirror for this reorganization. It tracks exactly where you are investing your relational energy across these circles. By logging your sessions and manual connection events, like calls or visits, the ledger provides an empirical view of where your care is actually flowing. This ledger data is synthesized into your weekly weave, giving you AI-assisted feedback on your actual behavioral patterns versus your intentions. Combining strict limits with ledger tracking ensures you measure where energy flows, prioritizing the depth of investment over the simple breadth of your contact list. This structure is built on a robust academic foundation, beginning with evolutionary psychologist Robin Dunbar. A 2024 Royal Society paper on network stability mathematically formalized how human relationships naturally organize into these specific hierarchies. The research shows that each successive outward layer sees a decline in intimacy and frequency at a consistent 3x ratio. We interact with our inner circles far more often than those on the periphery. This is further supported by a 2025 PLOS One study by Lee and colleagues regarding individual energy allocation. They found that humans possess an intuitive lay theory of relationship stratification. We naturally understand that our friends and family occupy different layers of importance. However, the study also found heterogeneity, meaning we all distribute care asymmetrically. There is no standard pattern. Everyone's energy flow is unique. We are neurobiologically wired to group people into tiered layers of declining investment. It is an unavoidable part of our social biology. Contrast this layered reality with the default structure of modern social platforms, the flat array. Standard platforms induce relational fatigue because they take tiered, complex relationships and flatten them into a single, identical stream of content. Circle architecture addresses this by mirroring the structure the brain already uses, forcing software to behave like a biological network rather than a spreadsheet. The brain already organizes relationships in tiers. Most software ignores this. Circle architecture is what it looks like when software finally respects the geometry.